And welcome to BOSH TV. We are live once more. What time is it? Oh, 18:02. Which means we are 2 minutes late. But listen, we've done a lot of technical work at the back that you don't see.
Welcome to BOSH TV. We're going to be cooking up an absolute treat for you today. So once again, we're hanging out. It's 6 p.m. GMT. Ian, what's on the menu, bro?
Oh, we've got a really good thing for you on the menu today. It's Guaca-Jacks, right? And we're basically continuing with our potato theme, but we're also continuing with the theme of big viral bangers.
This is very exciting, right? So this one has had, I guess, I don't know what, millions of views?
Millions of views.
On Facebook, on social media. And so we thought we'd hang out with you today and show you how to cook it.
Now, we've only got 30 minutes, so what we're going to do is we're going to crack straight on. And what you need is 2 sweet potatoes, okay? If there's 2 of you, or if you just have a massive appetite. And what we're going to do is we're going to dress up these potatoes nicely so they cook better and you get nice crispy skin. So what's your favourite type of oil, man?
I would say I would probably use, oh mate, I'd like an infused oil of some sort would be nice with this.
That's it.
I can see that is chili oil.
This is chili oil. And if you check out this on the top cam here, like I've just sort of put a little bit of oil. I'm just going to literally rub the oil into the skin of the potato, and this is going to basically allow it to crisp up beautifully.
Lovely,
lovely indeed.
That's very nice.
Very, very nice. It's a very small little trick, but you can do it with regular potatoes. It just makes your jack potato so much nicer. I can see that now.
Yeah.
How cool that looks. Right.
So if you've just joined us, welcome. We're BOSH. I'm Henry. He's Ian. Say hey, Ian.
Hello, everybody.
And we're on lockdown. We live in the same house. We have our cameras. So that's why we're cooking for you. We're going to be cooking every day. And this week's theme is, as you guessed, potatoes.
Yes, Guaca-Jacks. We've got some oil on the skin of the sweet potatoes. And now what we're going to do is rub in a little bit of salt. Now, salt is going to do nothing more than just make it, just taste a little bit better than what it would otherwise. So that's a little bit of salt on that one. And then a little bit of salt on this one. And then that is us basically ready to go in terms of the sweet potato. So, Henry, can you do me a big favour?
Absolutely.
And pop that into the oven.
Be my pleasure.
Yeah, so they are going to go into the oven for between 45 and 50 minutes, okay? And what we're going to do there is just cook them until they're nice and fluffy all the way through. Good?
Good. So they are in the oven. If you got our message, actually, we posted out on Instagram and Facebook stories about 45 minutes ago to get your potato in the oven. Because obviously if you're cooking along, you're going to want to have your potato ready by the end of the show. So we've got some potatoes that we popped in the oven about half an hour ago. If you didn't do that, do it now. You'll be a bit behind us, but that'll be fine.
Now, it's a Guaca-Jack. That's what we'll make. What is a Guaca-Jack? I hear you.
What is a Guaca-Jack?
Well, a Guaca-Jack it's basically a mix of guacamole, hence the guaca, and jack potato. So Guaca-Jack. Boom. So we've got the jack in the oven.
Genius.
The jack in the box, the jack in the hot box. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make a wonderful guacamole, but it's got a twist. Right. First things first, avocado.
The humble avo.
Yeah, man. So do you remember Xavier?
I do, yeah. Xavier, the head of the World Avocado Foundation.
That's correct. Yeah, we got chatting to Xavier, the head of the World Avocado Foundation, and he was basically calling these humble berries his berries. He was like adamant that they were his berries, and all of the avocados in the world are his berries. Crazy.
I can't imagine many people would even know that an avocado is a berry, but it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a big ass berry. And if you think about it, it makes sense because, look, they have a stone, like a berry, like a cherry has a stone. So I'm just...
Lower, there we go. That's your spot.
I've just shown you this. I've just basically done that without showing you how to do it. So we'll do it again, right? Because we're going to use 2. So get your avocado. Yeah, pop it on the board. Take your knife. Pop it in through the flesh, and you'll hit the seed or the stone in this case. And then you twist the avocado on the board, right? Let the knife do the work. And then once that's happened, twist the thing. Oh, look at this one. It's got a teeny tiny little...
Oh, and then, that's a good one.
That is a good one. There's loads of flesh here. And then what you want to do is just pop your knife on there, take it out, and then you are done. And then this goes in our, like, muck Bowl. I like a muck bowl.
It's good to have a muck bowl.
Yeah.
Or any kind of, like the plastic the mushrooms came in, serves as a really nice bowl. Just to put your rubbish in, all your skins while you're cooking.
Yeah.
Hello to everyone on YouTube, by the way, all hanging out. There's a few people messaging on there. Nice to be here with you all.
Very nice indeed. It's a pleasure, an absolute pleasure. We're hoping that you are taking some enjoyment from these and also learning a thing or two like on the way. Because we are, like we said before, this is quarantine. Henry and I both live together, and we thought, well, let's show you how to cook some food at dinner time.
What else are we going to do, right?
Yeah, what else are we going to do?
And also, it's just an excuse to hang out, spend some time with you all. We're cooking our dinner anyway. So we live with MJ and Darren. They'll hopefully come down and taste the food a little bit later on.
Yes.
But it's just an excuse for us all to hang out, and we like cooking. So all the better.
We love cooking. And also, we love avocados. Now, those avocados are just sat in the bowl, and we're going to basically let those do their thing for a minute, because now we need to prep the rest of our ingredients. So what I've got here is 6 cherry tomatoes. 6 cherry tomatoes, and they are very, very nice. They're still on the vine. What we're going to do is just take them, clean off there like so. Okay? Very good. And then I'm going to throw that in the bin. And then what we're going to do is get a knife and just chop through each of these cherry tomatoes.
Be careful not to chop through your finger, bro.
That's right. We actually we cooked at a school once, and we were teaching the kids how to cut tomatoes. And this is a really good method. Boom, like that. You see? So you just grip it on either side, pop your knife through it, and then you are A-okay. And this is the nice fun part, the nice easy part. Just get them all like this, and then we're just going to chop them through. Okay? And the thinner, the better. The smaller, the better here, because it's going to give a nice colour, but it's also going to give a nice kind of juice. Guacamole is so good, isn't it?
Oh man, I absolutely love a bit of guac. We're in for a treat. But in fact, we've not just got guac for the people today. We've actually got a couple of alternatives. We know it's lockdown. I don't know where you are, but like we're on lockdown here in the UK. So ingredients are a little bit more hard to come by. So we've got 2 different versions of toppings for our potatoes for you today. We're not only doing guacamole, we're going to show you a mock-amole. I'm not going to tell you what that is until the end. A mock-amole, which is a special way to make guac if you haven't got avocados.
Yes. And
does that even make sense?
Yeah, exactly.
And the other thing we're going to show you is a hummus.
The hummus is good. That's so good. Now, we don't worry, if you are cooking along with us and you're wondering why we didn't put those ingredients in the list, it's because we thought we'd just give you something extra. So yeah, if you're wondering, we apologise for that.
It's a freestyle.
Yeah,
it's a freestyle. This is for those people who don't have avocados, who've just joined and just want to do something else.
Yeah. And if you're just wondering what just done there, taking a banana shallot, I'll show you how to do it. So I chopped it in half long ways, okay? And then you slice off the end, get rid of that, and then just peel the thick layer of skin from the side, and then you're done. We only need half of this. So what we're going to do now is just slice down the middle 3 times, kind of like the brand with the 3 stripes. Okay? Then we're going to take our pincer grip like this, and we're just going to push the knife against our knuckle and just let the knife do the work, and it's just going to roll across the board, and we're just going to get that shallot nice and fine. It's pretty fine, right?
Super fine.
It's super fine, honey.
You look like you've done that before, mate.
I have. You can go a little bit faster, you can keep slow, but generally this is a really nice technique. In fact, it's the only technique to chop productively. So I'm going to get rid of that now.
I guess you need to be super careful as well with your fingers. Ian actually had the knife contacting the knuckle of his fingers there, which is kind of acting like a guide. So what you're not doing is just dropping the knife in midair. You're actually guiding it by touching it.
That's right, it's the one. And here we go with our garlic, because every good, decent guac needs a little bit of garlic, but I've gone for a very small clove. Should we see that on the top cam?
Top cam.
Woo! This is the small clove. Oh, it's a bit, yeah, there we go. It's coming back down to focus. And then we crack this open, right? Get rid of that skin.
So while Ian is making that garlic, we do have producer Kathy in my ear. So first of all, hello, Kathy. How you doing? Hope you've had a nice day. And secondly, she's going to be reading us out any questions that you lot have. So if you want to ping any questions to Ian and myself, if it makes sense to answer them throughout the show, we will. But But if not, we'll do a little Q&A at the end. So just type your questions down. We're here for you.
With that garlic clove, I use this. This is a microplane, and you grate it nice and fine, and then that is what you're left with. This is basically just like a garlic paste. So now I'm just going to pop that back in our bowl of ever-growing bowl of things that are going to make our wonderful guacamole. Next up, chili. Very, very good. So, guys, if you, what have you been cooking over quarantine? Have you perfected any really good recipes that you would like to share with the people? If you do have, then let them know in the comments.
We have been cooking a lot of potatoes. So this week's theme has been all about potatoes. It would be quite nice to hear if you guys have any suggestions for what next week's theme would be. We have got an idea, but we're open to suggestions.
Yeah, exactly. Tell us what you want from us, and we will do our best to give it to you.
Within reason.
Yeah.
If it's something we're happy to give.
Yeah, we won't be doing any like butchery techniques, that's for sure.
Although now we've found out how easy it is to go live, we have thought about Twitch. Should we set up a little Friday night party? But that's a separate conversation. Okay, every good guac needs a lime, and this is how you prepare it. Pop it on the board, give it a roll, okay? If you roll that lime, you'll get it so it's squidgier and then release all that juice. Chop it straight down, and then what we're going to do is squeeze the lime. You don't need to squeeze it through your fingers because there's no pips. Into here like so, and then we are almost there. There's one half, and here is the second half, and that is everything that you need to make a wonderful guacamole. Now, fork. You're going to, because my hands are clean, flip over the avocado and mash. This is fun, this bit, isn't it? Look at that, eh? That is good, that is good, that is good. That is a super good forking action you got there, dude. You look like you've done this before.
Yeah, in fact, we did a guacamole on Monday, didn't we?
We did.
But that's fine, because guacamole is so good, so good. And I went to the supermarket a couple of days ago, and I swear to God, it was full. There was loads of stuff in there now. So it's almost like we're getting back to some kind of normality stock-wise, so that's good. Thank goodness, man. It's been a very strange time here in the UK with everyone on lockdown. We were on like day 23, 24. I don't think I've left the house in about 4 or 5 days. I don't think I can remember what life was like before.
Maybe we just focused on hanging out. Yeah. It's been us in this kitchen or upstairs, either preparing potatoes or fiddling with cameras, trying to make the live system work. Yeah, because a lot of lives that are going on at the moment, you don't see one cam, two cam, 1, 2, 3 cam, 3, 4 cam. Yeah, there's like 4 cameras. It's no joke. He's right. It's no joke, and we're still getting used to it. So thanks for bearing with us. Right. So look at this. Look at the texture of this guacamole. It's looking absolutely wonderful. Right. So that's that done there. I'm gonna wash my hands because, as you can see, they're a bit mucky. We have had a lot of people saying what week they want. So what do they want to have cooked? So there's been mushroom week, lentil week, and lots of people wanting tofu week. That's cool. We can do tofu week. Yeah, that's a great show. I really like the sound of that. That's very cool. So if you wondered, right, so look at this, yeah? So this is, this right here is coriander, but it's mountain coriander because it's the only stuff that the shop had. And I had this over the top of it. This is just a wet tea towel that keeps it nice and fresh and stops it from wilting. So that's a nice little tip for you. And here what we're going to do is get this nice and fine. So grab it up like that, same technique as before, let the knife do the work, roll it through the herb, and what you're going to be left with is really fine, beautiful green coriander. That is looking good to me. It looks good to me too, bro. In there. Oh, look at that. I'm going to give this one more sort of fold. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The question is, when is the taste test going to happen? The taste test. That's what I need to know. This spoon right here. Yep. Do it, man. Go for it. Because you know what's coming, right? Decent. Oh man, it's good. It's good. Obviously, always season to taste. That's something any good chef will tell you. Yeah, season to taste is good. I've just tasted it. Definitely a little bit more salt. Right, I haven't put any in so far. So here we go. A little bit. Yeah, absolutely. Always needs a bit of salt. Now, as it stands, this is guacamole. That right there is a very nice bowl of guacamole. If you had tortillas, it would work perfectly. If you
If you had a big bowl of steaming chili, you could pop some of that on top of it. Wonderful. This isn't finished yet.
Oh no!
No, because this right now is just guacamole, and what we're making is Guaca-Jacks, and what we need is some protein, and the protein that we're going to be getting into this is this. Right, these little bad boys here. These are black beans. You can see them. They're just from a tin. We didn't cook them because they're already soaked in the tin, and these are going into our guacamole, right? Because the thing is, if you're going to have guacamole and a potato, yeah, you've got loads of good stuff, but you need a bit of protein, and that is what we're doing with these beans. So we're just going to spin this through. I'm going to press the button. Not that button. Not that one. This one. Here we go. Now watch this. So this is the technique. You're not stirring. You're kind of folding the beans into the guacamole to make sure that the beans aren't turning to like mush, because essentially what you need is to retain a little bit of bite, a little bit of body, and to have this really nice complementary texture for the creaminess of the guacamole. There we go. Look at that. Henry, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of definitely changed the overall vibe.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? I mean,
there's more bite here. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, so we said that we were going to give you. Yeah, please. We said that we were going to give you 3 separate fillings for this guacamole, and that is filling number 1. Filling number 2 is going to come in the form of everybody's favourite dip, hummus.
So, thank you for all of your comments on what we should cook next so far. Keep them coming. Do drop a few questions in there. Kathy will read them out if they make sense at the time. But if not, we're going to come to a little Q&A at the end. And we've got about 10 minutes left.
10 minutes left. Well, 10 minutes we'll show you how to make mock-amole and make hummus. Now, chickpeas. This is 1 tin of chickpeas, 400 grams. If you've got dry, you could soak them and use them too. Next up, we have got some very, very nice. It's sesame seed paste, also known as tahini. It's got a really interesting kind of mouthfeel. It's got a really nice flavour. We're going to pop about 2 heavy-weighted teaspoons in there of that. There we go. That's perfect. I'm going to stick that there. Right, what's next? Then
the question is, how quick can one make a hummus?
Oh, very, very quick. So the next one is, we've got lemon. 1 lemon, 1/2 of lemon squeezed. That's 1 done. Now the next one is going in as well. Do you like hummus? What's your favourite type?
I love a bit of hummus. You know, my favourite type, I would say, is probably a classic hummus, but with extra virgin olive oil. So really going over the top on that oil. I know not everybody likes lots of oil. We get lots of comments about oil and saying we use too much, but it tastes good, man. So yeah, I would go hummus with a good amount of oil. Well, but also what I like about what you're doing here is this blender. This choice of blender right here. Yeah. This is a blender that is going to do good things. Oh mate, it's going to be amazing. You know how you're just talking about oil? Look what I've got, guys. I've got some extra virgin olive oil. I've got about 2 tablespoons there. That's going in. Perfect. Now, bit of salt. We'll do a little bit before and a little bit after. The lid goes on here. We said that we were going to do it quickly. Yeah. And we've done it quickly. Quick time in. Right, I'm going to blitz it. So while Ian's blitzing, I'll try and talk to you. You might not be able to hear. Here's the microphone, so maybe if I come a bit closer. Basically, you want to aim for, like, if you've got one of those bullet blenders, that's going to work. If you have one of those really kind of, like a food processor will work, but it's going to be a little bit slower. You might have to keep pushing the hummus down the side. And if we look, we might actually be able to see what he's doing. No? Almost done. Oh, there he is. There he is. Yeah. So I basically put all the ingredients in there and was whacking some water. So this is the blender doing its thing here now. It needed some water to loosen it up to make it nice and creamy. Almost there. So do try it out with the blender that you've got. This is a Sage Blusa, which we're using here, which is pretty cool, and it's doing the job nicely. It kind of increases and decreases the speed for you, which makes it just that little bit easier. How you getting on, bro? That is looking pretty damn good, if I don't say so myself. Right, we are looking like we've got a big tub of hummus there. Just going to give that a little taste. I'm pretty much sure it'll be fine. It's bloody perfect. That is really, really good.
And now we're going to show you how to make mock-amole. Let's do that.
We've just had a great question come in about what our kitchen essentials are. It's quite a long-winded answer, so we'll save that one for the end of the show.
Oh, right, mock-amole. Usually you use avocado. Now we're using peas.
What?
Yes, peas. My fave. I love peas.
This is madness.
Now, because obviously, if you couldn't find any avocado, or if you've got loads of peas in your freezer, you can just do this. What I'm doing here, right? You can get your peas that are defrosted, and we're just going to mash them, right? Mash, 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 mash. So I'll keep on mashing them. Okay. It's going to take a little while, but give me a minute.
You're a Yorkshire man. You know how to mash.
I know how to mash.
In case you don't know, we're from Yorkshire. Mashing means making the cup of tea.
Yeah,
you're going to mash. You're going to go mash. That means you're getting the tea on.
And also, talking about Yorkshire, thank you very much for the Sheffield Star giving us a little interview earlier on, talking about this.
Yes.
So anyone who listens to that from Sheffield, hello.
It wasn't the Sheffield Star. It was BBC Radio Sheffield.
Yeah,
if you are tuned in from BBC Radio Sheffield, hello.
Hello, hello. Right, so look. Right, so this is it. We have almost got our peas nicely mashed, mashy peas. Okay, right, nice and green. Look at how they're going to be very delicious, aren't they?
I mean, it's super green.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's going to actually taste like avocado, though.
No, it's not going to taste like avocado. It's going to taste like it's something all on its own. Right, here we go. We've got some cherry tomatoes that I pre-chopped earlier on. Then we've got some chili, because obviously #spice. Then we've got some garlic that I put in earlier on as well. And woohoo! What have we got? This is that same coriander, but same trick again with a little bit of wet cloth. That all goes in there like so. Then we're going to squeeze our lime in.
Quick time. This is almost like cooking on TV.
Oh, mate.
Or when you do This Morning or I don't know, any of those shows, you have to cook 4 things in about 5 minutes.
And last but not least, we're going to pop some salt in there, and we're just going to fold all that through. And what we've got left here is mock-amole. I mean, you might say it's just mashed up peas with bits and bobs inside it, but no, it's mock-amole. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of mushy peas. I guess the point here is, look, first of all, this is potato week, so we're using potatoes. That means you're on the simpler side of things. Secondly, it's quarantine, so we want to help everybody at home to think about what they could be using that they've got lying around. And everyone's got frozen peas in the freezer.
Yeah. But quarantine and no quarantine, I'm quite enjoying this whole live thing.
Yeah, it's fun. I agree. I'm enjoying it.
I think live, obviously we do social media videos, we do stories, we write books, we do TV stuff. Maybe we should just throw this into our content offering, like full stop.
Definitely.
Yeah, man, 100%.
Definitely.
Okay, so here we are. We've got our mock-amole sorted. We've got guacamole sorted. And we also have this bloody wonderful hummus.
I have to interrupt. Someone at Lindsay Tube just said you could put the peas into the blender.
Yes, you absolutely could. You could put the peas into the blender. Lynn's genius. But you know what? The reason why I actually didn't do that, and there is a reason, it's because it's full of hummus.
Right, 5-minute warning.
Right, then let's get these bad boys out of the oven. Okay, cool.
There we go. The ones in the top.
Yeah. So,
just a little note there. So if you put your potatoes in the oven at the start of the show, they'll be like the ones that are in the bottom there. They're going to need about another, another 20 minutes. So if you just put them in at 6 when we went live. If you put them in when we said to put them in on Instagram, they'll be ready just like ours are.
They'll be fine. Now, right, this is a very hot potato, so please be careful. Mind your hands. Get something to protect them. And what I have here is a cloth. I'm going to pop that onto our plate. In fact, can you just grab some rocket?
Rocket?
Yes, if you'd be so kind. There's some rocket in the fridge on the left-hand side. Or all of that microgreen stuff. That's pretty nice as well. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. That's grown. Look at this stuff, right? So this is microgreens, and we've got this at a place that, like, literally around the corner. They grow it underground. In Clapham, we live in Clapham, right? And like, look at all this stuff here; it's pretty cool. So,
that camp,
yeah. Which camp?
Potato camp.
Oh, the potato camp. Yeah,
Spud camp. There we go. Here we
go. A lot of microgreens growing around the corner. Perfect.
Nice.
Now, here we go. We've got our knife here. That's very hot. I'm just going to slice this down the middle. Oh yeah, it probably could have done with 5 minutes more, but that's absolutely fine.
I told you to put it in earlier, didn't I? Hey, you never know.
Sorry. Okay, cool. Couple of spoons. I'm gonna right. I think we need a top cam shot for this.
Top cam check.
Top. It'd be wicked if it went.
I mean, you can just press it. You can just zoom it with your hand.
I know. So look, watch. Oh, all right. So this is good. We've got all of that lovely orange flesh in there. That is so nice. It's steaming. It's really, really good. I'm just going to chop that a little bit more.
You can just hold it up to the top cam.
Oh, that's true. So here we go. Here we go. Nice. That is looking so good.
Oh wow! Look at that! Oh my goodness! That pops.
It's steaming.
That
It's
proper
beautiful.
pops. Look at all that steam.
It's so good. Now, which filling do you want to go for? The regular.
It's got to be guac, mate. You've got to go for the guac. This is Guaca-Jacks. After all, that's what we said we'd be cooking.
Cool, Guaca-Jacks. Right then, so we've got beans and we've got guacamole. It's going in there like so. That is looking amazing. We're going to pop a little bit of dressing on the side, a little bit of salad, and then boom, there we go, done.
Oh my goodness!
Look at that.
So quick, so easy. 30 minutes check. We're at key Guaca-Jock eating time. This is almost time that we should get our housemates, Darren and MJ, to come and taste the Guaca-Jack. And it's almost as if they knew that. Here they are, coming into the world. Come on in, guys. Come on in and say hey.
Right, nice. Oh, good, we haven't got any forks. No
Spoons?
Forks.
Spoons?
Yeah, spoons will do.
Spoons will do.
Yeah.
So if you have just joined us for the first time, this is Darren. This is MJ. We all live together, and they're going to give us a taste test and let us know what they think.
We're on the telly, Mum, we're on the telly.
Over here, come on over.
So, potatoes again for tea.
Yes, potatoes.
Lots of potatoes all the way.
Are we looking down there?
This is the camera, the one without the screen.
Guys, there's so many cameras.
This
It's like
one. Look, where I'm pointing. There.
Right, so I'm just going to chop this up because we haven't, as you know, we don't have any forks. So there we go.
You think if we've got all of this cooking kit, we should have forks?
We've got 3 forks in the whole BOSH house.
Has no one taken you up on your offer of, supplying some forks?
I know.
No one sent any
Yeah.
food.
Please send forks.
There's stuff that we can.
Yeah. If there's any fork manufacturers out there, Sheffield people, please send us some forks. We need them.
I'm going in. Oh yeah, extra lime. Good idea.
You give that bit and I'll do the
I always
Sure.
find a little bit of extra
That's
acid
not big enough for you.
good.
Yeah. The rest.
Big bit there.
So do let us know your questions. We're going to answer a couple before we wrap up.
Well, can we have a little lowdown of what's inside this? Because Darren and I missed that.
Yes, certainly. So it's a sweet potato that was covered with chili oil and salt and baked. And then we've got that guacamole.
We've also
So
made a
good.
mock-amole with peas instead of avocado.
Yep.
So it's kind of like mushy peas. And a hummus, which we must try too.
Delicious.
Marks out of 10 on the Guaca-Jack. MJ?
10.
10!
Delicious.
Boom, boom, boom!
Have
Yeah,
you
we got a
take peas? Is anything with peas in? Good for me.
Are there peas in there?
Not that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Beans, beans though. Here.
What do you think? Marks out of 10, Darren.
I'm going to give you 9.5 today. So
It's
each
going
day
up.
we're going
It's
up.
going
Yeah,
up.
each day. So obviously we've still got a couple more days, or I don't know actually.
A lot
One
more
more
days.
day.
So yeah, 2 more days. Yeah, we're live on Friday. So.
Okay. So you save something in the bank.
Oh wow.
Then we go in just for
No pressure.
Amazing. I'm going to try this hummus. Ian, how's the hummus?
Oh, the hummus, I think, is pretty damn good. If I don't say so myself, that's
Oh
decent.
yeah. It's got a garlicky kick. I can get that fresh garlic in there.
There's a lot of garlic. No, it's pretty tasty.
So there we have it. I hear from producer Kathy there are some questions that we can all answer.
Cool.
If you're up for answering some questions.
Yeah.
Darren.
Would you like some hummus?
Oh, love some hummus.
Yeah.
Literally
Fresh spoon,
hummus.
everyone. Very hygienic.
Okay, MJ, this question's for you. What is your best city for vegan food?
Well, maybe Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
Nice.
We had some great food in Barcelona.
We did. Oh, what were they called? There was a
What was
place,
that?
a kale and
Oh, it was like a...
kale and something.
Yeah, I've been.
Oh,
Cookies and kale or something.
No,
Ah.
we all failed.
Gosh,
Okay,
I know which one you mean.
We'll find the good ones and we'll put them in the comments.
LA is pretty good too.
LA's pretty good too.
Very good.
Thanks for the
Darren, if you
question.
could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Do you think you guys could answer this for me? As in, do you know what my answer would be?
Oh,
Bread.
That is true.
I think you go for
Can I
porridge.
Porridge is another good shout.
Scrambled tofu, I think you might say.
Burgers.
Come on.
So, yeah, I know.
You know.
Vegan burgers are
Flax,
obviously.
Flax and Kale is the name of the place.
That's
You
it,
would have
yeah,
said that.
delicious.
Next question for Ian.
Oh.
Do we have a Yorkshire Pud recipe?
We have a Yorkshire pudding recipe. It is on bosh.tv. It's good. It's not the best, but we are working on it. We're always working on it. So check it out.
So there is one, it's there, but you're going to want to play around with it in your own kitchen just to make it just right. Give it a practice first.
Very good. Any more questions?
One more question for me, which
Yeah.
is essential kitchen equipment. I would say get a good blender. We have ours sat there. It's really cool because we can make green smoothies in it. We can whip up a hummus and it's always out. You just have to make sure you keep it clean. But other than that, you don't really need much electronic stuff. Just get a good knife, chopping board, maybe a little microplane, and ideally some forks.
Yeah.
That is all we have time for. Just probably wrap up.
Yeah. Well, guys, as ever, it is always a pleasure chatting to you. It's especially a pleasure cooking live for you. We are going to be back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. BST. Make sure you join in.
And don't forget to subscribe so you get notified. And in fact, if you click the little bell at the top, ding ding, then you'll get a notification when we go live. So you can always hang out with us.
Yay!
Thanks, MJ.
Good night, guys.
Let's tuck in.
See you later. Time to eat.
Bye, guys. See you later.
Yummy.
I don't want potato week to end.
I know, it's a good
Me
week.
too.
It wasn't week.